along with Made in the USA. I'm Tim Johnson. You're watching Shop Tool Reviews. If you follow us, then these may look a little familiar to you because they were in our Christmas gift guide this past year because they're a great set of pliers, adjustable pliers, and they're channel locks. Yeah, I know you call all these pliers channel locks because that's who came up with the adjustable pliers is channel locks. And this just so happens to be brand name channel locks, and they're made in the USA. This is their new Speed Grip design adjustable pliers, tongue and groove pliers as well, and they don't have the typical just lateral design of jaws, if you will, for biting, but we're going to show you that here in just a moment. So let's dig into the details and then we'll come back and talk about pricing and warranty. These are the channel lock Speed Grip pliers. You can get them in various sizes. They are adjustable pliers, as you can see here, and they are the original channel lock, so you don't have to worry about that you're calling them the wrong name. This is actually the brand name, and that's what they are. Everybody knows that a set of adjustable pliers are called channel locks. Here we have the Speed Grips. What does it mean by Speed Grip? Well, it really is talking about their new design here on their teeth, which is rather than kind of a straight cut design that's going kind of perpendicular to the jaw, this is a laser heat treated crosshatch design. So you see both jaws, upper and lower, have that crosshatch, which means that they're really not directional anymore. You don't have to worry about having these one way or the other. Regardless of which way you grab with these, it's going to grab into that material with that crosshatch pattern. Now we can see right away they are made in the USA, embossed right there into the forging, and hardened forged steel here, so these things are going to last a lifetime. In fact, they're warranted for a lifetime. We also, in addition to getting them made in the USA, you see an American flag right there embossed into the button here, the opposite side of the button. So to adjust these pliers, we don't have to open them all the way. We don't have to close them all the way. We can just push the button right here. Just by pushing that button, we can now adjust these pliers. So really easy to use, really great idea. You don't have to use two hands anymore. In fact, I could grab this right here, and just by moving quickly, I can do my own adjustment with one hand and quickly adjust from all the way closed to all the way open, and even somewhere in the middle as well. So that's very nice to do. Many times you're trying to hold something and trying to adjust those pliers, and they're just kind of a pain in the tail to do. But with these Speed Grips, they make it very easy. Now right here on the head, we also see some grooves here, and what that's for is for reaming pipe, conduit, things like that. So if you're cutting something and you've got your channel locks on you, you can stick the nose in there and ream that out to make sure you don't have any burrs in there for running wire or tubing or whatever else you're doing. Maybe doing some plumbing, automotive plumbing, whatever. You're not going to have those loose, sharp pieces floating around in there. You can get rid of it with that right there on the top there, where you can actually do that reaming with all three of these pliers. Now, what do we get here? So if we flip these over, so we have Made in the USA on one side, and on the other side we have 428X, we have the 430X, and the 440X. And basically what we're getting here is an 8-inch, a 10-inch, and a 12-inch adjustable pliers, or 12-inch channel lock. So 8, 10, and 12. Have the model number embossed right there, easy to read on there. And as far as sizing goes, we'll take a look at this. As I mentioned, this is supposed to be an 8-inch, and so if we measure across here, it's really 8.5 inches from the head all the way to the end of the handle. And then on the supposed 10-inch, we're a little shorter on this one, so a little longer on the 8-inch. This one's coming in at 9.5 inches, which they're calling their 10-inch, and this is the 430X. And then the 440X, which is their 12-inch, is a little over 12 inches from the head all the way to the tail. So the 8 and the 12-inch is a little oversized, and the middle, the 10-inch, is a little undersized. I think we can all live with that. Now, as far as maximum opening here, let's take a look here. Oh, got to push our button, slide that all the way open. So on the 10-inch plier, we're getting a 2.25-inch opening where we can bite down on something. Now, obviously, I could open that up and get even more, but as far as a closed width, that's right at 2 1/8 inch. And let's take a look at the 8 inch. And it looks like we're getting right at 1 1/4 opening on that, again, with the pliers all the way closed, and we're still getting 1 1/4 even on the small 8 incher. And then on the big guy, let's take a look here. So opened all the way up with the handles closed, 2 1/2 inches with the 12 inch 440X. Let's make sure that's open all the way up. Yeah, that's opened all the way up. Again, that's with a closed jaw. With an open jaw, we're going to get more than that, more than 3 inches. But closed jaw right at 2 1/2 inches with the 12 inch or the 440X. We also get Channel Lock Blue molded non-slip handles here. So these rubber handles are very easy to hold, very comfortable in the hand, and can easily grip these. We've got a little tail whip right here that makes that fit the hand very well. Also a little bit of a finger loop right there also to really be able to clamp down on these big guys. And they also have the safety stop design to keep fingers from being pinched. Also that tongue and groove system where it's just not an overlap, but you actually have the groove here where the tongue and fits inside the groove. So you've got, number one, for strength on both sides here, and you don't have them trying to twist like on typical actions when they're just side by side. You typically get a little bit of twist in there. This is going to stay a lot truer, as well as the safety stop is going to keep fingers from getting pinched in those situations where you leave your finger in there. Now there's a safety stop that doesn't allow that to happen. So obviously with them closed, the jaws are going to touch and it's not going to pinch. But even with them partially open, you can see there's still a safety stop where these handles won't come together and sometimes get your pinky pinched or whatever else is in there. And even opened all the way up, you can see our handles are still not touching. So again, mitigating that pinching. Now you can still get it in here when it opens all the way up. You can still get a pinch there. But typically it's back here when it slips off something that those hands get pinched in there, and that's not going to happen with that safety stop. And again, whether it's all the way closed or all the way open or in between, still the handles do not touch. Now here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my torque wrench here, and I am going to set this to 100 foot-pounds. So we've got this set to 100 foot-pounds. And then we're going to tighten. So it's 116. And there's 116 as well. Let me make sure that one's 116. Yeah, so that's over 100 as well, 103.5. So I've got the 440Xs, speed grip pliers. I'll try it with one hand. Don't think I can do it. Let's put a cheater bar on here, and I'm just going to put it on the upper handle and see if we can't hold and break that free. No problem whatsoever. So that is a good thing about being on that top handle. That's really going to bite down and grab on to that fastener. Now I'm wondering is, on regular channel locks or regular grooved pliers, when you go this way, it goes against the bite, or it goes with the bite, and so you don't get that bite. And still the case on this, by the way, is if you just put pressure on this bottom jaw, it's going to go against that jaw, and it's just going to open up. Whereas on this, when we go with it, that's going to keep pressure on that bite and keep these closed. So going this way, still the correct way is to always get your bite on that bottom jaw, so you're always turning in the direction of your bottom jaw. But in a situation, will the grip hold on? And let's see. Nah, I can't break 100 foot-pounds free with that other way. It's definitely biting. I just can't break it free. But let's see if we can get in here and break this one free as well. Again, I'm going to use my cheater bar. One hand on it, and still breaking that free. You can see that the speed grip definitely is biting in to that fastener, to that nut. And then, as we were saying before, with the knurling here on the or the grooves there on the end of the channel locks of the speed grips, we can also ream with those. So if we've cut a big pipe and we need to ream that, ream that out, and now we've got a nice chamfer on the inside of that pipe that's not going to snag any wires or whatever we're doing with it. Now here's the deal, made in the USA. It's hard to beat that. We love seeing manufacturing coming back to our shores, so you're not dealing with that shipping crisis anymore. Well, you may still be dealing with FedEx and UPS with our actual service here in the country, but we're not dealing with container ships and that sort of thing. Anyway, these speed grip design are really nice looking. We love the Made in the USA on one side, the American flag on the other side. The push button design, I love being able to adjust these pliers without having to use a second hand. Because most of the time, you know, you're kind of trying to hold something and then you also have to grab both hands and adjust what size you want. Where this, I can go either way and close up those with one hand with that push button. Also comfortable grip design as well. We get the knurling right there where we can actually ream pipe or whatever else we need to do. So really nice design here. And price-wise, you can buy these in a kit where you get the, I believe, the two smaller ones, the 8 and the 10 inch, you can get for $48. Then you can buy the big 440X for $27. So all in, you're still less than $100 on all three of these pliers, the 8, the 10, and the 12 inch. That's a great deal, especially for Made in the USA tools. Make sure you check them out. Also, keep track of us. Oh, by the way, lifetime warranty as well. You don't ever have to worry about these wearing out, and if they do, they'll replace them for you. So be sure to check out the Channel Lock Speed Grip pliers. Also, keep track of us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. And if you don't mind, would you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already? And by all means, if you hated our video, give us a thumbs down. But would you let us know in the comments why? Have a great day and keep smiling.